Hello and welcome to my review of the LEGO Technic 42106 Stunt Truck and Bike Transporter or something. I'm not entirely sure. It'll be in the title of the video what it's called. But this is a set which came out in 2020. Yes, 2020. Is actually technically a 2-in-1, even though there's only instructions including the set for this one build. But if you go online, you can get the instructions to the other build, which we will be looking at in this video. But first, I'm going to be looking at this one. So let's start with the pickup. Here is the pickup, which has a flaming hoop on it with fire on it, which is the idea the motorbike goes through that. I'll show you that at the end. But here it is. It has working steering. But apart from that, that is literally the only LEGO Technic element on it, which is a bit disappointing. There's nothing else you can really do apart from opening the doors, which I'm not entirely sure, but I feel I haven't built the doors right. I've looked at the instructions quite a few times, but it's just the way they sit. Up like this is not right. I don't know what I've done wrong. There's something wrong in this whole area. They're supposed to look much more flat. Flush, like in that picture there. So I'm not entirely sure what I've done wrong, but you know, but they are suicide doors that open backwards, which is quite cool. There is a steering wheel in there, but it is not connected up to the steering. And in fact, the steering goes, oh, you can't see any of that. There's a steering wheel, but it's not connected to the steering, and the steering shaft even goes right through there. So there is seats, but unfortunately that's really it for Technic features. So there's not a lot of Technic on this Technic model. There it is underneath, nothing too amazing at all. That's the hitch to hold, again, can't see it. That's the hitch to hold the trailer. And I've got to say that really is it. You can easily take the hoop off if you want to. And it looks a bit more normal. But there's a lot of stickers on it. But really, apart from that, that's it. I don't like this gap. There's the ground. It's got some rust problems, I think. But, you know, it's not terrible. Here is the motorcycle, which by far the most interesting thing on it is the fact that when you pull it back, it drives. It's got a LEGO Technic pullback motor, which actually works really well. And this is, in a few ways, quite a lot cooler than the car, because what actually is happening here is this is the drive from the pullback motor comes out here. It's going into this cog, through this red cog, and then down to the wheel. So it is actually getting transferred the energy. The only problem is from this side it makes it look really weird. With the cogs on it, but from this side it looks much more normal. However, there's still a lot of exposed blue Technic pins. This sticking out, which don't really know what that is. It's just not great. It doesn't look great, but it is nice having that feature. Oh, it tipped over. Here's the trailer, which strangely enough is my favourite part of the set. This is how the motorcycle goes on it. There is a little piece there, which then it goes on like so. No, almost. There we go. And then it's on and it can't really fall off, even if you have an accident. Oh, never mind. But, as you probably saw there, this slots in the trailer but comes out very easily because you do that and then you turn this, which jacks the front of it up. You might be thinking, what's the point of that? But then you fold these down, and because of all these rubber feet, you have a ramp. And even when you're on not a particularly sticky surface, the ramp can't, like, scoot away, which is very good. It's still very simple. There's some stickers there, but that's it. But I really like this. It's a very effective situation. And the idea is that you have the... Put that there. Put this here, and then the idea is it's parked kind of like that, and then you go whoosh through and it crashed into the camera. So yeah, my favourite part of the set that day is this trailer. But yeah, let's see what the spare parts are for the set. Here are all the spare parts left from the first build. So these are really the true spare parts from the set. That one just rolled off. Come back. Nope. But yeah, that's pretty much them all. But here is quite a frightening thing. That's the sticker sheet, which for this size of set is insane. I think that might be one of the biggest sticker sets I've ever seen for a set this size. And all the stickers were put on for this first build, so it really makes me wonder, what do you think the stickers will look like on the next build? Well, let's find out right now. This is all the stuff in the alternate build, which you have to download the instructions from lego.com to be able to build. Or if you're very skilled, maybe you could just look at the pictures on the back of the box and build it. But I wouldn't advise that. There is 4 things here. There's like this, like, I don't know, sign thing, lights. I guess they're lights. Held up with 2 tires, which is quite interesting. There's this big sign, which I'm not sure if it's the intended idea, but I think it is, for you to crash into it because it breaks apart. This comes off, then that comes off, and then so does this. So it breaks apart, so the idea is you go over the ramp and smack into it and break it apart. I'd just like to say there's supposed to be a cog like this on here. Doesn't make any difference, I just forgot to put on. But that's that piece. Then there's a ramp. Now this is actually a better ramp than the first build. This one's more substantial. Doesn't turn into a trailer though, obviously. And it still has the rubber feet, so you can still, well, that wasn't a very good example. You can still drive over it or park on it. That's quite neat. But yeah, fine ramp. And then there's this vehicle, which I actually think looks quite good. It's quite substantial. It's got the pullback motor in it there, as you might have seen. There's a good use of the stickers. None of the stickers look weirdly placed. Yeah, I'm actually quite a fan of this. In fact, I would say I prefer this to the first build. Not by a lot, but I do think it's actually slightly better. I'm trying to rebuild the other thing off screen. There. Okay, I do think it's slightly better this build actually than the first build. So, you know, props to him for that. But it does leave quite a few pieces left over, as we're about to see. Here are all the parts left over, and there is quite a lot actually. That is slightly unfortunate, especially because I prefer the second build to the first one. But, you know, you're wasting all these parts, so why buy the set for the price it is when you're only going to use 70 to 80% of them? You know, something to think about. But, anyway, yeah, just saying. Overall, I kind of like this set. I'm a bit torn on it. As I've said a couple times now, I prefer the alternate build to the build with the instruction included in the set. I prefer that. It's very not Technic. I get that some people prefer to build Technic things, but in my opinion, for something to succeed as being a Technic set, it has to have some Technic functions. It has to be able to do things. It's got the steering, but it's lacking other mechanical features. Whereas with the downside with Technic is you get all these ugly blue pins and things. So really, you have to have your features offset your disadvantages for Technic, I always feel, because otherwise just do it in system. And here, I feel the first one really does not meet that. I think it would have been much better as a Lego City set, because especially now they have those little pullback bikes. They could have just used one of the little city pullback bikes, a city pickup. They could have even made it a low city pickup and a trailer and everything, and kept it just the same style as this, but made it in the city theme, and it just would have looked a bit better, I think. Whereas the alternate build, I think, does much better at that, but still, if you like what you see here, you'll like it, but if you're slightly on the fence about it, I'm not sure if I can really recommend it. But that's just my opinion. Tell me in the comments below what your opinion is, and until next time, I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.